Hello there. In the series on the crucifixion of Jesus Christ, I've been getting very interesting responses from Muslims, and I want to share just one of them. Actually, not one per se, but just one direction, because I have about 2 or 3 people that responded in the same way. That's why I call it one. So it is that response that I want to attend to, that I want to respond to in this video very quickly. It's not going to be that long, and I'm not going to read anything. Trust me. So let's just do it. Here is the video. Let me quickly scroll. I don't wish to go. Okay, so here is the particular interesting place. This guy, I don't know his name. I've never seen him. I don't know where he is from. And so he, a Muslim, was refuting Adnan Rashid, because Adnan Rashid was lying on Surah 3, Ayah 55. Adnan Rashid was lying. That surah, that ayah, simply says that Allah, supposedly, is talking here, and he said, was it Allah talking, or was it Jesus Christ talking? It's a very, very, very funny ayah. But the gist of the whole thing is that Allah will cause Isa ibn Maryam to die. And the word used there is tawafa. The word is tawafa. So Adnan Rashid, somebody called into Adnan Rashid's show and was telling him that, look, your Quran says your Allah will cause Isa ibn Maryam to die and will be raised up. And so Adnan Rashid said, no, the word there could mean sleep, and it could also mean die. So this guy came and said, no, even though you are right that the word could mean sleep and it could also mean die, in this particular case, in fact, the guy went ahead to say that whenever tawafa is used to mean sleep, it must be die at night, cause you to die. So the word night will come there, or sleep itself will come there. And so so he came to refute Adnan Rashid, and so he was correcting Adnan Rashid, and he mentioned how many times the word tawafa, mutawafika, ini mutawafika, how many times it occurs in the Quran, and that in each case, whenever it means to sleep, it will be in the night. The word night will appear there. But if it doesn't, if the word night or sleep doesn't appear there, tawafa means death. And Adnan Rashid he kept on lying and saying that the only thing he had to show was that the word also was used for sleep. And the guy said, no, that's not the only thing you have to show. Imagine that reasoning. A word could mean sleep, and it could also mean to die. And you are saying the only thing you need to show is to prove that that word could also be used for sleep. That's a very strange reasoning. No. In this particular case, you have to prove that it means sleep. That's what you have to prove. But then Adnan Rashid was lying and was saying, I only need to show you that it could also be used for sleep. So let's fast forward. I brought in this guy in addition to Rob Christian, who confirmed what this person said, that when tawafa is used to mean sleep, the word night or sleep itself must appear there. If it doesn't, no way. It simply means die. And Rob Christian is an Arabic-speaking Christian, a native Arabic-speaking Christian. So, corroborating what this guy said. You know what Muslims said in the comment section? That's what I wanted to share with you. I will drop the link to this particular video under review. I'll drop it there. I don't want this one to be too long. Maybe 10 minutes maximum. So here is the comment of Muslims. The first comment is calling Ahmadis Muslim is like Muslim calling Mormons the true Christians. To start with, I didn't say the guy was a true Muslim. I simply said a Muslim. That's what. Imagine he had to insert the word true. Okay, Mormons call themselves Christians, and that is not my problem. If I have conversation with them, we can talk about what true Christianity means. But if one of us is trying to twist the Bible, the other one is free to correct him, whether he is a Christian or not. In fact, anybody is free to correct us as long as the person has the correct meaning and can prove it that this is the correct meaning. So it has nothing to do with being a Christian or not being a Christian. You cannot be lying on the Bible. The same thing applies to Islam. Whether the person is a Muslim or not is irrelevant. It's irrelevant. He is actually showing that Adnan Rashid is lying. And you guys, you commenter, what do you call yourself? Faisasiyad or something like that. You don't have any problem with Adnan Rashid lying. The only problem you have is that the guy is not a Muslim. What does it matter if he is a Muslim or not? It doesn't mean anything. The only thing is he telling the truth? So let me move on to the next one, very similar to this one too. Okay, here is that one. Here is the next one. And he said, this Muslim, this guy is a Kadani. You guys are serious? It's like an ex-Christian who was a Mormon is valid for you guys. And then imagine what they are talking about. What you are saying is meaningless. Whether he's, by the way, when they say Kadani, they still mean the Ahmadi, or you call them Ahmadiyya. Some people say Ahmadiyya. It's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. What is relevant is that he is correcting Adnan Rashid. Adnan Rashid is lying. Why is it that you Muslims have no problem with lying? Why? It is this topic of crucifixion that is exposing you big time. And that's why I'm going to spend more time. I'm going to spend more time exposing, expanding, explaining, and inviting you, come and give us the meaning of Surah 4, Ayah 157. That's what is exposing all of this. Because they are struggling to explain that Jesus did not die. He didn't die on the cross. And there are other ayahs that are exposing you. And somebody is saying you are lying. In the process of explaining, you are lying. And all you can say is, the guy is not a Muslim. It's irrelevant whether he's a Muslim or not. So let's move on to another comment. So here's another comment in the same line of reasoning. The same line of reasoning. This is the comment. This guy is not a Muslim. Nice try. He is an Ahmadi and believes Jesus came in the second coming to India. I don't care what he believes about Jesus coming to India in the second time. Because both you, Sunnis, and Ahmadi, and Shia, you are all wrong as far as the coming of Jesus Christ, the second coming of Jesus Christ is. We're not talking of the second coming of Jesus now. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking of Surah 4, Ayah 157. What does it mean? And what does Surah 3, Ayah 55 mean? That's what we're talking about. I don't care what the guy believes about the second coming of Jesus. Both of you get it. You get it right. Did I say right? No. You get it wrong. All of you get it wrong. So go and settle that one among yourselves. What I'm particular about is that do not lie about your scriptures. Do not lie. So whatever he believes, okay, now that he does not now that he believes that Jesus came in the second coming to India, so I should reject him based on that. You know what? Based on your own belief too, I'm going to reject you. You are all heretics. You are all heretics. Okay, how about your Antichrist? Does the Bible say that the Antichrist is blind in one eye? No, the Bible doesn't. What does your Muhammad, your prophet, what does it say? Say the Antichrist is blind in one eye. So I reject him, because that is false. That is false. But I'm coming to a bigger problem. So let's just leave that one. I'll come to the bigger problem. So here is another comment. Unfortunate that you have to stoop this low. I'm not stooping at all. I'm not stooping at all. And what is he calling stooping low? This guy is not a Muslim. Says who? Says who? Who tells you that he's not a Muslim? Who? What is the qualification to be a Muslim? Is it not to take Shahada? What is your Shahada? To believe that Allah is the only God and to believe that Muhammad is his messenger. That is it. Ahmadis believe that, and that qualifies them to be Muslims. When you admit somebody into Islam, do you ask them about the second coming of Jesus? You don't. All that matters to you is that the person believes in Allah and believes in Muhammad. And Ahmadis or Qadianis, whatever you want to call them, they believe the same thing. So he says he's a Qadiani, holds absolutely heretical beliefs. That's to you. You know what? The way you are calling him heretic, he will be calling you heretic too. In fact, that is the main reason he is refuting Adnan Rashid, because he looks at you as heretics. So who is right? Who is right? And then he went ahead to say, even you as a Christian would disagree with the Qadiani because the only reason they believe Jesus did that is because they believe he's... I don't disagree with him on the basis of anything. The basis on which I disagree with him is Muhammad and Allah, which is the same basis upon which I disagree with you too. So, what do you want to say? I don't disagree with him on the basis of getting the second coming of Jesus wrong. The salvation of mankind has nothing to do with the second coming of Jesus. So let's drop that. The salvation of mankind is based on whether you believe that Jesus is the Son of God or whether he died for your sins, whether he atoned for your sins. If you accept that, then you're saved. Whether you believe in the second coming or not is irrelevant. It's irrelevant to this topic. By the way, we're talking about the crucifixion. So the second coming has nothing to do with the crucifixion. Deal with this case. You cannot. And so you are running here and there. It's over for Dawa. It's over. But I'm going to drop the bombshell when I finish reading this. So he went ahead to say, even I don't reject him. So I understand Mirza Ghulam Ahmed. I know the story about him. But that's not the discussion here. He claimed to be the Messiah and second coming of Jesus. Just as Muhammad also claims to be another prophet after Jesus. So which of them is right? Which of the two? Both of them are wrong. Both of you are wrong. Both the Qadiani or Ahmadis or the Ahmadiyya, the Shia, whatever you call yourselves, you are all wrong. You are all wrong in that you all believe that Jesus Christ is not the Son of God. And that is, for me, that is the deal breaker. That's the deal breaker. So then he said, for you to use this guy, his beliefs are weak and attempt. What are you talking about? His belief. What's my problem with his beliefs? I am particular about the lies that Adnan Rashid told. And anybody that wants to expose that lie is welcome. If I tell any lie, anybody can expose me, whether the person is a Christian or not. That is the important thing that you're missing. But I said I was going to come and drop the bombshell. So here is the bombshell. Every time we talk to Muslims, every time that we talk to Muslims, they're going to tell us that Islam is the fastest growing religion. And that there are one point, some years back, about 5 years ago, it was 1.2 billion. Then about a year after, it was 1.3 billion. Then about a year after, it was 1.5 billion. Then about a year after, 1.6, 1.7. Now they say it's 1.8. In fact, some people say 2 billion Muslims are in the world. I mean, they're just assigning numbers. They're just giving themselves numbers. By who? But let's say 1.8 billion. So they say 1.8 billion Muslims cannot be wrong. 1.8 billion cannot be wrong. Do you realize that the number of Christians, whatever denomination they go to, is far, far ahead of that? It's over 2 billion. Do you realize that? So Islam is not the number one religion in the world. But let's even assume so. Of this 1.8 billion, are the Ahmadis there or not? Answer. Ahmadis that you are rejecting as Muslims now. You're rejecting them. But when it suits you, then they are Muslims. When it doesn't suit you, then they are not Muslims. The Shia, those of you that are in Nigeria, the majority of you are Sunnis. The Shia and the Sunnis, do you know how you fight and kill yourselves? But when you want to talk about number, then, 1.8 billion Muslims cannot be wrong. But when there is another issue, then they are not Muslims. Game over. Because there's no consistency. That is the point that I wanted to draw your attention to. So you use them. You use the Ahmadis and dump them, right? You use them to swell your number. you use them to raise the number, to fool those that are stupid, as if sheer number means that an ideology is the truth. That's what you are saying. So if Mormonism, after 1,000 years, then overthrew Islam, Mormonism is the true religion, according to you. And right now, Christianity is way ahead of Islam in the whole world. So Christianity is true, according to that logic. We don't work on that logic. I'm simply asking you, be consistent. Be consistent. So Ahmadis or no Ahmadis, when it suits you, you use them. But after you have used them, you then dump them and say they are not Muslims. The Shia, you use them. And when you have used them and you are satisfied, you dump them. They are not Muslims. Take your pick. Are they Muslims or not? If they are not Muslims, the Shia, are they Muslims or not? If they are not Muslims, then they are not part of the 1.something billion that you are always banking on. So what is the correct number of the Muslims in the world? Give us the correct number. Drop your comments in the comment section down below. Thank you and God bless you.